What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we're going to be taking a look at another fantastically interesting new battle card coming out in Wave 2 of the Transformers trading card game, Rise of the Combiners. Ladies and gentlemen, today it's time to have a little bit of a look at Heavy Handed, a card that should look kind of familiar and then also look a little bit different. Let me explain. So, starting off then, it is an action card and it has a blue icon. Blue icon is good if you want to get a little bit of defensive and bad if you want to get a little bit of attacking. The thing is, generally speaking, you are an attacking card here, and frankly, the blue icon is balancing it. It's being balanced by having a blue icon. Little bit sad. So it is an action card and it reads, one of your characters gets +2 attack until end of turn. If it's attacking an enemy that has fewer stars than it, it has PS4. Cool. PS4 is huge. PS4 is so good that it's actually what Superior Jetpack has in this same set, but Superior Jetpack can only be played if you've played a tech research, because it's too gosh darn good. Now, at this stage, some of you are probably screaming at the screen a little bit, and others of you are going, that seems kind of familiar, and it should. Because in set 1, we had the Bigger They Are, and the Bigger They Are had a blue icon, and read, one of your characters gets +2 attack until end of turn. While it's attacking the enemy that has more stars in it, it gets PS4. This is literally just the opposite of the Bigger They Are. Now, I should mention that if you are attacking a character that has the same number of stars as you, then you don't actually get to use either of these. But might I remind you about enemy combat analysis? You don't get PS, but you do get +2 attack and +2 defense if you're attacking a character that has the same amount of stars as you. I say attacking or defending, battling generally. So, this is good. PS4 means that you automatically do 4 damage, as long as your attack is 4. So, one of the best examples we've got of this actually comes from Wave 2, it's Alpha Bravo. Alpha Bravo has PS3 in bot mode, but it has an attack of 2. So even though PS3 guarantees 3 damage, Alpha Bravo actually has to up its attack by 1, either by playing an upgrade, playing an action, or flipping an orange icon while attacking. Because if you end up with 2 attack and PS3, you only guarantee 2 damage. PS guarantees an amount of damage, but that amount of damage it guarantees cannot be larger than your attack at the time. So PS4 is huge. If we go back to some of the cards from Wave 1, we're looking at things like Piercing Blaster, which gives you PS3. Well, that's not the same, ladies and gentlemen. Or we've got Fusion Cannon of Megatron, which gives you PS3. And incidentally, Fusion Cannon of Megatron gives you PS3 and +1 attack. This gives you PS4 and +2 attack. So, I think at this stage we can all agree that this is a very good card when it works. So the question we then come to is, alright, how often is it going to work? And the answer is, depends. But you can manipulate that. So one of the weirdest examples we've got at the moment is Combiners. Let's take Devastator, because we talked about Devastator recently, and I was lucky enough to be able to do the exclusive reveal of Reclaim, and I'm in a little bit of a Devastator high, quite frankly, at the moment. It's devastatingly interesting. I think I can do better than that. I think I can do better. Let me think on it. Anyway, so Devastator has a whole bunch of 4-star characters. Now, if you're rocking a 4-star character, then it is overwhelmingly likely that you are going to be facing off against a bot which is bigger than you. At which case, the Bigger They Are becomes an excellent, excellent option. Even if you end up against something like Alpha Bravo, which is like a 5 cost, you still end up doing the extra damage here, which is nuts. But then at some point, hopefully, you're going to drop a Constructicon Enigma. You are going to form up into Devastator, And that's gonna be a problem. Because at that stage, you're a 25-star character. And now look, here's the deal. There will actually still be 2 combiners that you can hit. There are 2 combiners that we've got at the moment which are more than 25 stars. And that is Volcanicus, because of Grimlock's ridiculous ability that when you attack, you get to put a Dinobot from outside the game into your KO pile and then form up into Volcanicus. So it turns what should be a 3-character team into a 5-character team. And Optimus Maximus, which turns what should be a 3-character team into a 6-character team because of the new Optimus Prime. And when you start the game with Optimus Prime Gleaming Commander, you put 3 Sentinels in your KO area, fully KO'd, all the damage and all of that, so that then when you drop a Sentinel Enigma, you actually get a 6-character team, which clearly is more than 25 stars. So look, it is technically possible, but you end up in this weird situation where the Constructicons are loving the bigger they are, but Devastator's loving heavy-handed. Against other combiners, heavy-handed is a bit useless, but against anything else, you're absolutely golden. And we could talk about the same thing with Metroplex. Metroplex is a 25-star character, meaning that heavy-handed is going to be great because you're getting +2 attack and PS4 against anything, frankly, that isn't a combiner. But then you've got cards like Slammer, who are 4-cost characters, for whom heavy-handed is going to be literally useless. There's no characters that have fewer than 4 stars at the moment. But then you bring in the bigger they are, and all of a sudden, Slammer's getting the +2 attack and the PS4, which is actually really nice, because Slammer then has 5 attack, PS4, you're guaranteeing 4 damage, and that's really nice. And what's really interesting about heavy-handed and the bigger they are really is combiners. Because if we go back to Wave 1, we could look at heavy-handed and be like, just play Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend. And with Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, back when we only had Wave 1, this was great. Because Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend is a 13-star character. We only had one other 13-star character, which was Megatron Living Weapon, which really didn't see a huge amount of play at all. I'm judging anecdotally from the Facebook group and what I've seen from tournaments. Of course, there's no recorded results, but we can get a pretty good sense. And then Metroplex came out, and you were basically going, all right, there are a bunch of people playing Metroplex, but other than that, heavy-handed's great. But we didn't have heavy-handed. And now that heavy-handed's come out, you sit there with your Optimus Prime and you're in this weird situation. Because against anything that isn't a combiner, you're feeling pretty gosh darn good. But against a combiner, you're probably feeling a little bit like, well, this is a rubbish card. Because against a combiner, you're not doing anything. Pre-combination, great. Post-combination, bad. And then we've got stuff like Starscream Decepticon King, which has got a really nice skill in bot mode. When you flip a Decepticon crown while battling, you get +3 attack, +3 defense. So, yeah, and people love Starscream, right? So people are definitely going to be trying to get this working. So there's just one more character that you can't use this against. And I love this card. To go back to what we said a moment ago, the +2 attack is good. And to be clear, you always get the +2 attack. You always get the +2 attack. So when I say this card is useless, that's not strictly true. You get the +2 attack. But who really cares? Because if you're just trying to get extra attack, play Leap into Battle. Leap into Battle also has a blue icon. It's also an action card, and you get +3 attack rather than +2. So I'm sorry, if you're not going for the Pierce, just play Leap into Battle. But if you can get the Pierce working, it's great. So this is one of those cards where you really need to be able to predict the meta. If you think you're taking Metroplex into a format, into a meta, into a group of people, into a tournament where there's not going to be many combiners / Metroplex, then just play some high star bots like Optimus Prime and you're going to be golden. Similarly, if you're going to be taking something like Devastator into a tournament, then you can probably be fairly happy in playing the bigger they are, and then are you going to be that upset you lose it when you form up into Devastator? Generally speaking, when you form up into your combiner, you're like, yeah, I'm probably going to win now. Or at least it gives you a huge advantage, unless you got like 2 health remaining, you get KO'd straight away. But let's just assume that's not going to happen. The point is, it's worth playing around with. But this is not, just like the bigger they are, this is not a reliable card. And now that we've got combiners that go from tiny cost to huge cost, it's even more awkward than it was in Wave 1, because there are going to be games where it would be good but I can't draw it, it would be good but I can't draw it, it would be good but I can't, now they've combined. Boo, hiss, etc. Love the card, but it's very awkward. But at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of want to know what you think about this. I would be delighted if you would give me your thoughts on this, your uses for this in the comment section. Go nuts, but please do remember the rule, ladies and gentlemen. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about Transformers and other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.